My name is Beston. I live in Cape Town. Also, I do delivery. Interbet helped me to realize my dreams. Now I have my own delivery vehicle and I'm able to do the removal in and around Cape Town.
A very warm welcome to the GTV selection show for racing at Hollywoodbets Gravel on Monday. And we race on Monday, the 13th of June. There's 8 races to look forward to on the poly track. And race number 1 begins at 12:10, and that's going to be run over the 1,000 meter trip. And it is the opening leg of the bipod. But before I dive into race number 1 on the card, just want to say well done to all of the winners at Hollywoodbets Gravel on a Saturday. All of the featured races. And Al Mutana, he took out the Hollywoodbets Gold Challenge for R1.25 million. That was a purse. It was a grade 1 event, and Al Mutana has qualified for the Hollywoodbets Durban July. And with Hollywoodbets, he's been priced up at around 12.5 to 1 in the anti-post market. Whether you will see out the 2,200 meter trip, we'll find out on the 2nd of July. And Al Mutana, excellent ride from Richard Fourie aboard the Mike de Kock charge, and well done to Mike de Kock and Richard Fourie as well. The success just keeps on coming for Richard Fourie. Yet another grade 1 success for him, and he's riding at the top of his game. And of course, Homely Girl took out the grade 2 event, and Airways Law was an impressive winner in the Hollywoodbets Dolphins Cup trial over the 1,800 meter trip. We'll see what the team and Mrs. Platinum decide to do with Airways Law, whether they supplement him for the Hollywoodbets Durban July or they go for the consolation. Well, Airways Law, we'll find out very soon what the plan is with that individual. He looks to be a really smart type, and let's see where they go from here. Racing on Monday and straight to race number 1 over the 1,000 meter trip. We'll have a look at the field, and at the time of recording, all 9 runners do take their part in this lineup. This is the maiden plate, and the individual that I do like is horse number 2, Egret, with Warren Kennedy aboard. Now Egret, she ran an absolute cracker last time out behind Canadian Summer. She looked to be the horse to beat 200 meters from home, but Canadian Summer just came with a late rattle. She did shift towards the outside of the course, and she was still good enough to beat Egret. And Canadian Summer, she's once again won. She won yesterday, winning the Devon Air Stakes. And Canadian Summer, she certainly looks to be a sort that's well above average from the Daryl Moore yard. So well done to Daryl Moore and Jason Gates and owner Preggy Somasundram as well. They're aboard Canadian Summer. Now Egret, she takes on the boys and she takes on older horses, but I think she's got the ability. Only 54.5 kgs on the back. She's neatly drawn in gate number 2. I think Warren Kennedy and Paul Peter would have certainly learnt a lot about her after that first run for the Paul Peter yard. And Egret drawn in gate number 2, the 1,000 meter trip. She does drop in trip. I think it's going to suit her nicely. Warren will get into a nice position, and for me, she's a horse that they all have to beat, and she's going to be a bipod banker in the first leg of the bipod for me. Horses that I think you've got to respect maybe for their exacta position. Horse number 1, Wolfston. He's a 2-year-old son of Wiley Hall. Best of the draws to contend with. Gareth Wright back aboard. Now Wolfston, he does drop to the 1,000 meter trip after racing over 1,400 in his last 2 starts. It could just suit him from the best of the draw, so Wolfston is one that must go in. And then horse number 7, Seattle Greenlight, who races for Gavin Funzel, Calvin Habib aboard. Now, Seattle Greenlight, he was fancied on debut. He went off fairly short in the market, and he was beaten behind Union Square. So Seattle Greenlight, he does return from a rest. First run on the poly track. We'll see how he does go over the 1,000 meter trip, but what must be taken note of is that Gavin Funzel, his stable is in some good form, and the runners that he has brought back to KZN from the Highveld have generally run extremely well in their first run back. So Seattle Greenlight, I think, is another runner to be included into those exacta and trifecta bets. So number 2 is going to be my top choice. That's Egret, followed by number 1, Wolfston, and number 7, Seattle Greenlight. And that's going to be the top 3 selections for me, race number 1.
It's good fun. Days like these are great. You get the whole industry together. And to have, companies and corporations like Interbet and Cape Racing who are so generous with sort of time and energy into making a day like this possible is it's fantastic for everyone.